What do you get if you combine Land Rover's latest hybrid technology with one of the most stylish cars currently on sale? Well, you get that, the Range Rover Velar P400e. The Velar P400e is just as handsome as every other model in the Velar lineup. It's still got the beautiful curves and Range Rover-esque look about it. It's actually, in my opinion, one of the best looking SUVs currently on sale. And to the untrained eye, you wouldn't know that this is a hybrid. However, if you follow me around here, I'll show you the telltale differences. There are, in essence, two things on this car which show that it's a hybrid. Firstly, the badge on the rear says P400e, obviously. And then here, on the rear three-quarter, in exactly the same position as the fuel filler on the other side, you've got the charging flap. Now, while I've got this open, let me run you through the drivetrain and the charging options on the Velar P400e.
The Velar P400e uses a 2-litre 4-cylinder petrol engine up front and a 17.1 kilowatt-hour battery at the rear. When both powertrains are working together, the P400e produces a smidge under 400 brake horsepower and 472 pounds-foot of torque. The 0 to 62 mph sprint is completed in just 5.4 seconds, and it will go on to a top speed of 130 miles an hour. The batteries can be charged through conventional charging methods or using the regen brakes fitted to the car. On a 7 kilowatt wall box, the battery will be charged in 3 hours. The P400e will do a claimed 130.2 miles per gallon on the WLTP cycle and only produces 49 grams per kilometre of CO2. Even with the slight intrusion of the hybrid system, the boot space is a generous 625 litres.
The interior of the Velar remains one of the highlights for me, and now it's just undergone a full facelift. I'm not going to go into too much detail because we've already done a video on the model year 2021 Velar, and if you'd like to see that video, please use the link in the top of the screen. But let's just run through the highlights. The new steering wheel is lovely. You've got the touch sensitive buttons on the steering wheel, you've got the digital display directly in front of you. Down to the left we've got Pivi Pro, which is brilliant. You can also have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. You've then got the separate screen down in the middle, which controls your climate control, your heated seats, all your vehicle controls, so all of your terrain response. Of course, this is still a Land Rover product, so it can still do all these amazing things off-road, even though it's a hybrid. The seats are lovely, the new gear selector is really nice to use, everything feels really high quality, and the driving position is spot on. And now we're talking about driving, let's go and take this onto the road and see how it drives. The Velar has always been the more sporty, the more dynamic in the Land Rover lineup, in my opinion. It feels just more engaging, but has added in the battery. 200 kilos have been added to this car by turning it into a hybrid. Now, has adding that made this less of a dynamic car to drive? And well, I don't think it has. You've got to remember that this is near on a 400 horsepower car. As I've already mentioned, 0 to 60 miles an hour is 5.4 seconds, which by any means is a pretty quick 0 to 60 time. I mean, when you stamp on that throttle, you get the immediate shove of the electric motors pushing you along. And then the 2-litre 4-cylinder petrol kicks in as well, and you've got that full whack of power. And when you get it on some tight, twisty roads, it handles incredibly well. It doesn't feel like a car that weighs over 2.1 tons. But let's be honest, these cars, they're not really going to be driven in much anger, are they? They're not going to be driven hard on a B road. They're going to be pootling around doing the school run. They're going to be in cities, and for that,
This car as well is brilliant. So let's drop it all out of dynamic and all into comfort and just relax. And when you're driving slowly, it's incredibly refined. The ride is beautiful. It's so easy to drive. I've already touched on all the new trimmings in here, but the model year 21 and 22 has really increased the appeal of an already incredibly appealing car in the Velar. I think the Velar is such a great package, and I think it's potentially quite overlooked in the Land Rover lineup. The Discovery Sport, the Discovery, the Range Rover, they're all very well known and they sell well, but you don't really see many Velars. So for exclusivity and a car that drives incredibly well and has 400 horsepower and will excite you when you do get it to some bends, and also the hybrid benefit in kind is next to nothing. I think it's about 12%. So as a company buyer as well, this is an incredibly compelling package. But all in all, the Velar P400e hybrid drives exactly as you'd think it would. When you're driving around town and slowly, it feels incredibly comfortable, very easy to use and very easy to place on the road. Actually, you've got a very good view out and you can see really well out the front. And then when you actually want to use all that power, it turns into a very capable, very fun. Am I mad saying that about a Velar? I don't know, I don't think I am. Into a fun car to drive when the going gets twisty and you're in the middle of Wales on some incredible B roads.
So then, what are my final thoughts on the Range Rover Velar P400e? Well, I think it offers a brilliant blend between stylish, rugged good looks and hybrid technology. It's dynamic and comfortable. It offers pretty much everything you'd want in the modern world. And if you'd like any more details, do please contact the guys at Ride Land Rover. Please like this video and subscribe to the channel for plenty more content to come. And I'll see you next time.